Hello,
Hey,
Hello. Man in command, me want some fun.
Sorry, Lewis. Go on, buddy. Do it for me.
I was like gonna go really high energy.
Yeah, and then we went.
If you all right, you guys maintain that, and I shall just be my normal dreary self. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first of our very special 1-year celebrations, where we review every Punisher movie because each one of them was a false start.
Can we call it a Pananza?
We call it a Pananza, sure, why not?
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. How
Copyright
are you
trademark.
today?
I'm your host, Lewis, joined as ever by Ashley and Dan. Ashley, tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache.
Because of lyrics.
Dan,
Yo.
can you tell me why it ain't nothing but a mistake?
Uh,
Tell me why.
I never meant to make you cry.
Anyway, as I said, we
look, mate. Whatever
No.
I did, whatever I said, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good.
You got me, Dan. You got me. Anyway, as I was saying, we're a year old. This is the first one of 3 very fresh, very special 4 starts episodes, and to celebrate, I got us a bottle of bubbly.
It's horrible.
Yeah, well, it's prosecco. It's got bubbles in it.
Yeah,
It's
and I'm sure the
technically
audience will be hearing each and every bubble
It's
as we
technically
go on.
bubbly. Good. Well, I mean, like first off, we review the biggest and the best superhero movie to come out of 1989.
We're not talking about Punisher 04 yet.
No.
What was that doing coming out in '89?
I'll tell you what. I'll redo that.
No.
just-
We'll carry it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
I
are.
give you the best superhero movie to come out of 1989, Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher.
Didn't know Punisher Warzone came out in 1989.
Should we dive right in? Fucking hell.
Really didn't like this film.
Right,
But
you say '89.
Opening salvos, come on.
Yeah, no. Talk about the opening credits.
Weren't they
This
glorious?
is not '89.
do you know what?
They
This-
filmed this in the early '70s and then just released it in '89.
Weren't the opening credits glorious?
Bloody
Do
awful.
you know what it reminded me of? Like, you know, like obviously over here in the UK we have the show of the Avengers, right?
Yes.
You remember-
Yes.
Yeah, the
guys know that.
1960s style,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not.
Yeah,
Not-
it reminded me exactly
It
of
was.
the open of that Avengers.
I know.
It was.
I was like, what the fuck?
Like, from the visuals and the sound.
It's the same shot of the Punisher blowing up stock photos of ninjas and gunmen and hitmen and mafia, and I'm like, I'm in.
See, I didn't catch
I'm
the
in.
ninjas.
Punisher is not enough.
We're flying through a sewer. I don't know why. There's ninjas and they're on plate glass, and the same shot of the Punisher keeps shooting, and then the plate glass smashes, and we carry on through the sewer until we get
Remember
to it.
Punisher fought ninjas?
Well, we will. We will remember it vividly. But did you catch any of that in the opening, Dan? Because I didn't catch a thing of that. I just
No, I
saw
caught it.
colours and still
What
images.
threw me off was the version I watched. For whatever reason, the person had at the beginning, halfway through at a random cut in the movie, and at the end had Arcade Maria playing. And I
Okay.
couldn't understand why it was there. I thought, was this a stylistic choice? No, it was the uploader's choice because it cut in midway through a scene. It went to black, and
Did
then
it
there was
work?
Arcade. No,
Ave Maria.
But the thing is, I was so confused by this movie. I thought, is this intentional?
I should point out that this movie is on YouTube
Yes.
multiple times because I've watched it on YouTube as well and watched a completely different version to Dan.
Yes, so have I.
Yeah.
We
I-
all watched 3 separate versions of this movie from 3 different uploaders on YouTube.
And mine was the only one to have something different that the uploader put in there himself. So,
I mean,
I
did you
win, I
enjoy it?
guess. I mean, I like the song.
Yeah, there you go.
It reminds me of Hitman.
Yeah, it does remind you of Hitler.
That's not what I said.
Personal friend of the podcast.
I like that the movie gives us no indication as to who or what the Punisher is. The Punisher in this universe just exists.
It is
There's
kind of
no origin
kind of
story, and it's refreshing.
that he does just exist, but then you miss a key point of telling me what his motivation is, and his motivation is nothing in this film.
Well, here's the thing.
No, you find out in flashback later on that the mafia killed his family. That's all you need to know.
that
That's all,
could
that
have
is
been-
all the Punisher's
That
motivation.
could have been anyone else because you wouldn't know this guy was the Punisher unless we told you.
Which the news
He
does.
doesn't have the skull on his
Oh,
chest.
the news.
Also, sorry, you know he's the Punisher because he's got custom-made Punisher knives.
that he makes in the sewer.
No, what's even better is his Punisher face paint. His skull face paint that is barely visible throughout the whole film.
I know. I thought it was stubble. I thought it was just that's a
I
weird.
thought it was weird.
That's
Like,
a weird mutton
thought it
chops.
I thought it was just painted on stubble, and it looked like his face was just a waxwork. So I thought this is just Dolph has phoned in to Madame Tussauds or someone, and there because he doesn't move through half the film, he just sits
No.
and broods.
he doesn't move. He mumbles.
Oh, he does. He mumble, yeah.
He mumbles
Guys,
so-
before we go any
Wait.
further, right, I'm going to say that I genuinely adored this movie.
I don't hate this film.
All of my notes are just lavishing the movie with praise. I fucking loved it. You guys, I know, feel differently. If people have followed us on
didn't hate
Twitter,
it. I just thought it was stupid and confusing.
it's not confusing. The
It's
Punisher
not
gets angry and
confusing.
needs to kill a bad guy.
No, it is because you step away for 30 seconds and go, wait, what's going on? Why are there ninjas?
Why are they ninjas? Yes, the ninjas are confusing.
Why
the
has he got
Yakuza
a
have
bus?
no business being in this film.
Why did he have a bus? I don't know. Who's this person? What?
No. just-
Sorry, that seems like your fault for constantly stepping away. Pause the movie.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise blinking and then something completely different happening was my fault.
I don't see how you could blink during this movie. It's a roller coaster of emotion.
There is so much you can miss in just blinking because there's so many needless close-ups like that just last a second and then you're somewhere else.
Huh?
So like there's the barman in a bar and you just see 1 second of his face and
don't.
then another second of someone just poking a walkie-talkie.
The editing is so all over the place.
So,
Just
yeah.
suddenly, like, the scene ends, like, I'm bored of that scene. Off I go to the next one. It's like,
Right.
Wait, you haven't finished your scene. Come back.
Yeah, and when the editor got bored of the scene, so did I. I moved on with him. Move with the editor. The editor knows best, okay? If he's
Who
bored with the
edited this
scene,
film?
we move on.
Oh, that's the case then. I guess Suicide Squad was amazing. Right, so don't even give me this. Don't give me that.
I don't remember Suicide Squad. In the first 5 minutes, we kill 4 people, explode a mansion with the Punisher inside.
Yes.
He survives without a scratch. So why did an explosion kill his children? Surely, like, surviving explosions is hereditary.
Yeah, but they're not the Punisher.
They are not the Punisher. They
They're-
are not
they're
Dolph
demi-Punishers.
fucking Lundgren.
But also, hold on, how did he get into that mansion, Lewis?
Does it matter?
He came in through
I
the
mean-
window with a smoke machine.
I forgot about that.
It was 1989. It was a different time.
There was
I
so
know-
much smoke machine.
We
I
all
have
had
a-
smoke machines.
I have a pop quiz. What is the kill count they keep saying in the film?
Is it 130 something? 124,
It's,
134?
it's around 150, so upwards of 130. I
Okay.
think.
125 they keep saying.
There you
about
go.
his
It
kill.
was close.
Which is only 25 a year if he's been going for 5 years, so you know. Not that much really.
You killed 125
Ah,
people.
25 people dead a year. It's not that much. This is one every 2 weeks.
No, what would you call
For the
that? You kill
Punisher.
125 people in 5 years. What do you call that?
Jesus.
Work in progress.
Hey, look, it's the Punisher, man. Those are beginner numbers. He can step that up.
I would like to know why the drunk English actor man.
Oh, don't even get me started on that, man.
Why does the Fisher King? Why does he like follow the bottle of whiskey on an like remote controlled truck like it's not suspect at all?
Okay, I hadn't got to that point yet, but question: how did the Punisher control that without seeing it?
Because he's
Yeah,
the Punisher.
How
Yeah.
did he wheel it round the corner, do a 3-point turn, and then drive
And
it?
he
He's
then,
got-
he then
he's got his
passes
little-
the remote over.
He's got his little Dolph Lundgren eyes poking round the corner.
Was he a fucking snail?
6'5", tiny eyes.
My favourite line in this film is "This is America," just shouted out by one of the cops.
This kid, he's not wrong.
America.
He's not wrong.
Guys, we need to cast the scene. We need people to know where we are. You, random man, shout.
By the way, as well as gee, I wonder if the man all clad in black on the motorbike is the Punisher. Apart from that, I love his goth boots that he clearly got from Camden Market. Big goth boots with metal bits on it for no reason.
And his leather trousers.
And his leather trousers.
Also, that knife, we clearly see it on his ankle kind of thing. And then later on, he punches through the top of a lift, and spears someone in the chest.
Yeah, he punches down and stabs the guy in the throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how did he do that?
Did you notice how long his arm was in that scene? It's great. I love it.
I was thinking, 5 minutes, 8 seconds. Why is there a room of mirrors? Why does the Mafia boss just have a room of mirrors?
Because it's the 80s.
No, that's not good enough. I don't care how much 80s cocaine you're doing. Why do you have a room of mirrors?
He's a fan of Jimi
Everybody
Hendrix.
in the 80s had custom-made knives, smoke machines, and a room of mirrors.
You're going to turn around and tell me, yeah, this was a Batman thing, and this was meant to be a Joker thing, and they just reused the sets.
Batman's in the film.
Batman
Why
is
not?
in the film.
Oh, God, he is, isn't he?
Batman is canon in the Punisher 89 universe, as is Spider-Man, because the little girl's wearing Spider-Man pajamas.
Right, okay.
That's it, like,
The greatest crossover in history. We were denied.
that's what I know everyone loves Dolph for his action stuff, and he's a big burly man.
Yes.
He's just awful.
No, he's not.
He's just
He
awful.
is wonderful, and I love his American accent.
It wasn't that, but I expected so much worse from Dolph.
So did I, and that's why I was really impressed
if
with
you
it.
turned the volume up to max, you could hear the. It's like, Dolph, sorry, can we cut? Just clear lines, please.
But
for the
how
monologue.
is
No,
able-
fuck it, whatever.
How he's able to change his accent without moving his face is magic.
Actually, a part of me does think it's because of my version. I think had poor audio quality, because sound effects were fucking loud and voices were just in the background.
Oh no, sound effects were loud.
Oh, it wasn't just my version.
No,
it
but
was-
that's because it's the 80s again. Every 80s action movie had that lovely gun sound effect. That
Yeah.
one. Wonderful. Took me right back.
So I have a question. What is the plot of this movie specifically? Like, what is this about? Apart from
Okay.
him bumming around for an hour and a half.
All right, yeah, the Punisher wants revenge for his dead family.
Right.
No.
No.
That is the plot.
No, the
No.
story is a reporter manages to get all the scoops for every news item ever, turn up 5 minutes beforehand, and be there and help move the story along. That was how I thought the first half of the movie was going to be. And it was. The first quarter of the movie was. We go from reporter to reporter to this is what the Punisher's done now. This is what something else has done. Here's a mafia guy who's just come out of prison. We were just told through the story of the reporters. It was completely lazy.
No, yep, nothing wrong with that.
Like, scenes were happening, and it did not matter whether or not you're watching it, and they were not pertinent to the plot that was not there.
Because they tell you
It was-
later on.
Yeah, it was bumming around for an hour and a half. That's this film.
There is a crime boss who killed the Punisher's family. The Yakuza come
Allegedly.
to America, and they're like, well, we're going to take you over, crime boss. Dolph Lundgren Punisher wants to kill that crime boss, but that crime boss has his children kidnapped by the Yakuza, and he has to team up with the Punisher
Yes,
to rescue his children,
know.
kill the
You're-
Yakuza, and then the Punisher kills the crime boss.
Yes, I know. You're recounting the scenes, and it's very noble of you.
That's the plot. What like
No, that's the scene.
That's
it's
not
an
the
incredibly
plot,
simple.
Because
All right,
apparently
sorry.
he gets his revenge almost immediately, like 5 years earlier, on the people who specifically blew up his car. But now he wants to kill the mob boss who started it, but it's not clear if he's the one who started it or not.
It is because he did.
Are you sure?
Yes. All right, sorry.
Yeah, no, he does.
Sorry.
Later on, he says, "I wish I could take it back. They didn't mean to." That or
but
something
did
like
he do it, or did somebody else do it that Punisher already killed
Well,
and got
somebody
revenge
else
on?
probably did it because, like, the fucking head of the family's not going to go out and
Yeah.
plant a bomb.
that. Probably a
How'd
higher
you know
goon.
that? Lazy.
Name me
Lazy.
one head of any family that goes and plants any bombs. How many heads of families do you know?
None.
Well, there you go. You can't then, can you? So I'm right.
Oh, I know
that.
you.
I like how this movie doesn't explain anything.
That is the stupidest response thing I've ever heard to this. Like,
The
oh, I
movie-
like it how the movie doesn't tell
A
me
little
what I want to
smirk
know.
on his face as well.
The movie doesn't explain who the Punisher is, doesn't explain who the drunk English actor man is, or why he's a tramp, and why he was an actor, and how he knows everything. And I don't care.
And why he's prepared for every answer so that he has rhymes for them.
I know.
Oh, we'll fucking get to that breaking his rhyming shit.
This movie
I liked him up until then.
This movie is a perfect adaptation of a Punisher comic.
No, it really
Yes, it
isn't.
is.
It really
Yes,
is.
it is. Yes, it is. But you like Batman and Robin. If you're going to tell me that Batman and Robin is a good adaptation of Batman, you cannot tell me
I
that
didn't
this is
say
a
it
bad
was a good
adaptation of the
adaptation.
Punisher comic.
I said it was one of the truest form adaptations of Batman and Robin you can get that film. This is not true. This is not a truest adaptation you can get of the Punisher. Don't think about it. This is the first superhero movie that came.
He
well,
kills
possibly the first superhero movie that
hundreds
came
of
about,
people.
right? or at least one of the earliest Marvel movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not telling audiences who your character is? Like, why are
'Cause why-
you not saying to them, "Hey guys, this is the Punisher. Maybe you should check him out. Here's why he's cool." Why are you not doing that? Just going,
Because why not go hard in at up top with all the death, and then tell them through flashback later on, like what they do?
I don't know. They have a couple monologues.
No, they have a
that's
flashback
it.
to when his family died, and he's like, "Oh God, it's really sad. My family died."
And then he gurns.
Oh, I'm
horribly.
really sad.
what if
My
it turned out
family
just to
died
be-
in a crash.
What if it turned out to just be a problem with the car and he has to take out his frustrations on Nissan?
Product placement.
Sorry, miss him.
The movie
Pay us, miss him.
moves at a breakneck speed. I'm already at 32 minutes in.
I'm not there.
I would have gladly broken my neck during this movie.
Is it just me? Did Dolph look stoned throughout this entire film?
Yeah.
He looks bored yet gassy. I think we've covered this.
Oh no, wait. My favourite quote. I lied to you earlier. My favourite quote is there's a tussle going on. I think when the kid's kidnapped, and someone just goes, "No, it's where they're at the docks and Punisher's there watching when the Yakuza turn up." And
And he shoots a harpoon into a man's chest and uses it as a zip line.
No,
That's
no, no.
amazing.
That's not my favourite line. My favourite line is like two mafia guys arguing. One goes, "Guys, cool out."
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, we're families with a lot of tension between us, but hey, take a chill pill, dude.
Yeah, cool out. Let's all chillax.
So, how much
Oh,
did you
excuse
guys
me,
know
English,
about the
yeah.
Punisher before watching these films?
Not much. I know him from Civil War. That's the most I've read of Punisher in Civil War and his specific Civil War comic, and a few bits and bobs here and there, and obviously the 04 film and
Yep.
the Netflix series.
Yep.
And that's about as much as I know of the Punisher.
About the same, really, yeah.
Okay, I've specifically chosen to stay away from all Punisher stuff because it never grabbed me. The idea that it's a superhero who has no superpowers and his whole shtick is just he kills people because his wife and daughter died?
Yes.
Right.
The Punisher is not a very interesting character.
No,
Right.
and I don't see the
He's
point.
a sociopath.
Which is why this is a perfect adaptation. Got you guys fucking stumped.
Yes,
I mean,
okay.
no, not really.
As someone not interested in the character, I was not interested in the 89 film. Is that a victory for you?
Yes.
But I should be, right? I should be interested in the character, and I don't come away knowing anything about the Punisher. This movie could have been called anything.
Why do you need to know anything about the Punisher? He's a man that kills people and he kills a lot of people. That
Yeah,
is
but why does he kill him?
that is the
Because he
crux of
talks to
Punisher.
God, but God don't talk to him.
Like, what's his driving motivation? Why is he
His
killing them?
family died.
Yeah, I know his family died.
So he makes
There's
loads
the
of...
same motivation for any iteration of the Punisher. His family died and now he's gonna kill
Yeah,
people.
Why is a
But
boring
why does he
character?
keep
He is a
going?
boring character. Except
Why does he keep going? That's the thing. He could have done it all in 1 year.
the Punisher is a boring character, but this is not a boring film.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not. No, it is not. You want to talk about a boring film? We'll talk about Punisher 04 soon.
We're not allowed to
We'll get
talk about 04 in this episode, Lewis.
Yeah, we'll
We
get
have to
there
act like we
eventually.
haven't
Lewis, we're
seen
not
it
allowed
yet.
to talk about that.
We'll get there eventually.
Acting like we haven't seen it, Lewis.
Anyway, 32 minutes
Yeah,
in.
what's going on? Yeah, I've got
This
that
this
mode.
movie scores a point, another point, the same point that Rock and Roller scored because they used Chopin Nocturne Op 9 number 2 again. Favorite bit of classical music. Remember that I am the cultured one, listeners. I'm the
He lives
cultured
in the
one.
sewers.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, no.
Fucking hobo. He lives in the sewers.
Yeah, he does. Where else are you gonna hide?
All the best superheroes live in the sewers.
The
thing-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, filthy. They're trained by a filthy gutter rat.
Great heroes.
Like,
Imagine if
great
the gutter
heroes.
rat...
They eat pizza and they talk like bodacious.
Where else are you gonna hide?
Not in the sewers.
Give me another place you hide. As the Punisher, where do you hide?
In 04, he hides in a building.
In an abandoned house.
Yeah, he does. And he
In-
fucking lucked out that
In
those
the
people didn't
Civil-
rat on
in
him.
the Civil War comic that I read of his, he lives in a van.
In an apartment under an assumed
Dur-
name. In a
during the
house
Civil-
under an assumed name. Anywhere with a new family under an assumed
He
name.
can have an assumed name. He's still got a fucking face.
You can.
No, he
you can
paints
still-
it up.
yeah, you forget. He paints it with a tiny,
He
barely
paints a
visible
skull
white
on it.
skull
Yeah, all right.
that he doesn't wash off for the entire film.
The underground nightclub scene.
Well, where's he going to shower in the sewer?
Or in the sewer water. Where else would you
Stinky
shower?
boy.
This is like my one gripe with the
He
movie.
probably reeks.
Is that in the underground nightclub scene, everybody looks at the camera
Yes,
like we're in
Yeah.
like we're in point of view.
it is his point of view.
It's not his point of view because he comes like bursting
No,
through the ceiling.
It's a woman. There's a woman. We see a woman go into the club, and it's her point of view.
Is it?
I think so.
Who is
Wait,
she?
I don't know. A
Wait.
woman with like 70s hair in '89.
Why is everybody looking at her?
Because she's got 70s hair in '89.
Wait, hold on. That nightclub was underground.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Was it?
Yep.
I can remember that. See, I'm at the point where
Hang on,
we.
no, wait.
Yeah.
She has to knock in that door to be allowed in.
Yeah.
How did drunk thespian get in?
Knocked on the door.
Excuse me.
Knocked on the door. Yes. There you have your answer.
So we talk about the thespian and his rhyming bollocks.
Yeah, go on.
Just fuck that guy. At that point, when he started rhyming to the Punisher, I'm done. I'm off.
to,
See ya.
question,
I'm done.
to questions he could not have known would have been asked of him. That he immediately goes, oh yeah, I've prepared many rhymes for this.
He was a thespian. He was a beat poet as well.
Was he?
Yep. That's my
Anything
headcanon.
else? What else is on his CV, Lewis?
He
Yeah.
was a veterinarian
Yep.
and a bus driver.
Was he also in the army?
Nope.
And there's combat and there's now a drunk.
Nope.
I mean, do you want to keep making up things to make him interesting? 'Cause he's
Punisher
not.
wasn't in the army either.
No, he was a cop in this one.
Yeah.
Just a cop.
Just a cop. Anyway, can we talk about Dolph's faces?
Can we talk about the kids getting kidnapped?
No, I want to talk about Dolph's faces.
I want to talk about the lazy shove that kid
I wanna
gave
talk
that-
about
that
Dolph's
woman.
face. Faces.
I've got something before we get to that kid.
Yeah.
Especially when he's shooting that heavy machine gun in the club and he's blowing out his cheeks like a little puffer fish.
What have you got
And-
before the kidnapping and the kid has a pop at someone and
Oh,
then there's a
just-
lazy shove?
Just one word, capital letters with an exclamation mark. Ninjas.
Ninjas!
And why ninjas?
Ninjas are here! Throwing swords through windows, throwing little spiky balls at people. I don't know what they're called, but
Yeah, but no, but just like gently throwing them and then them getting stuck on people's faces.
Yeah.
But my favourite one was to take off the earrings and throw them at someone.
Oh, bloody hell.
She
yeah.
crucified the man. She crucified the man with her earrings.
She
he was
crucified
like-
him,
yeah,
yes.
He's like, I'm seeing all my other mates get killed. I could probably just rip myself out of here with barely little effort.
Yeah.
Earrings in my hands.
Hurt a bit though,
So
wouldn't
I'm gonna.
It would
I'm gonna
hurt.
Hurt a
stand
bit though,
here.
wouldn't it?
Compared to dying,
Hurt
So
a
I'm just
bit.
gonna stay here, crucified to the wall, and it should all be fine.
I'm a Jesus.
And by the way, the more evidence that this was clearly a Batman movie was the fact that there's a whole fucking scene in an abandoned funhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have ninja slides. All the ninjas
Oh,
come
bloody
down
hell.
a slide.
And they all shoot
Do
on
you
it.
know what? Actually, that scene when I saw that, I fucking laughed my ass off. I was like, I'm back in.
Wouldn't it great? Wouldn't it good?
Back in.
Because they're all shooting down the slides. It's like, you can't aim for shit.
It's so fucking funny to watch the Punisher go down that
then they
special
flip
slide
off.
and fight them.
Not even straight slides, wavy slides. Ninjas coming down wavy slides, shooting at the Punisher who's driving his bike inside.
All in shifts. They all go down in shifts. All right. Phase 1, go. Phase 2.
There was enough sacks for people to do that. It's brilliant.
No, they didn't. They didn't come down on sacks. They came down in their ninja kigurumis or whatever.
I fucking
yeah.
love this movie. I love that scene. I love how the Punisher
of-
never takes his bike, like parks his bike. He just drives it inside any
Yeah.
building he's going into.
I would like to ask you that because that reminds me of the Undertaker when he used to be fucking
Yeah.
obnoxious
Yes.
and ride his bike down to the ring.
Yeah, it was great.
How does he get that in and out of the sewer?
Who cares?
No, I really want to know.
I
because
see.
that is
I
very
thought about
loud.
this. I assume
It's
it's,
a,
an
it's a
outflow.
little Brompton motorbike. He folds it up and brings it out of the manhole.
Yeah, I assume there's just an outflow pipe that goes out into the
I'm
river or
guessing.
whatever.
It's like, hey guys, there's some really loud noises coming from my
Yes.
plumbing. Can someone check that out, please?
It's like you taking a dump and you go.
Oh, so when he's fighting the ninjas in the funhouse, right?
Yes.
Can we
And-
spend the rest of the podcast talking about this one scene?
Right, so this is where the movie suddenly cuts for me, and it just starts playing Arcade Maria in complete
Okay.
pitch black, right?
Right.
Halfway through him getting the shit kicked out of him,
Okay.
and then it cuts back, and they carry on kicking the shit out of him, and then someone takes the mask off and gasp, it's a woman.
oh my gosh, a
Why
woman.
the face reveal? We knew.
What was that? No, but what was it about? Why was that? Like I was thinking, oh, that's got to be important, and it's not.
It's not
It's not
important. She's
important.
just a woman.
Yeah,
But
is 89? Women could be ninjas too.
hold on. If your movie cut to black, there, you missed a brilliant bit. Because in the funhouse, when the ninjas are all attacking him, there's a ninja that sneaks up behind Castle,
Yeah.
and is meant to strangle him with a chain.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and he gets him across the
But instead of getting him around the neck, it just grabs, like, squashes Dolph's nose.
See, I love that. Do you think that was
And
intentional?
he looks
No,
mildly annoyed.
Because I love that, because that's how it would happen in real life. That's how I'm sure it happens most of the time. Because getting it under the neck, bloody difficult.
Yeah. I think it was an accident and they just didn't have time to do another take.
I like that take.
The look on his face is like, for fuck's sake, get it right.
Yeah, but
That's the look.
I mean, that's good for the Punisher, right? You just want someone who's done with this shit. Just no, get off.
That was pretty fun.
Oh,
That was
what a
really funny.
scene.
Actually, back to the.
I will admit that was a good scene. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
Every scene in this movie is a good scene.
Lies.
Back to when the ninjas first turn up, and then the detectives come afterwards.
Teenage ninjas.
Ninja.
Sorry, at this point, can I just point out to the listeners that we have mentioned that this movie has got the Punisher, motorbikes, ninjas, mobsters, explosions, guns, and chains, and a woman.
Don't forget the funhouse.
Funhouse ninjas, and you guys are telling me it's bad.
Hold on. Funhouse scuba ninjas.
Everybody, it's on
Oh, yeah,
YouTube.
bloody
You
hell,
have no
scuba
reason
stuff.
not to watch it.
Like just walking about on dry land wearing scuba stuff. Right, so the detectives come to the scene, to the docks, right?
Yep.
And the woman detective's like, oh, it looks like a drug deal gone bad.
I'm your partner, you know.
But these are the lead detectives of the Punisher case. They wouldn't have been brought down here if it wasn't linked to the Punisher in any way. So it's not until they see the knife, the Punisher logo that he leaves behind, that they go, think again, baby, this is a Punisher crime. You knew this. This is why you're here in the
But
first
immediately
place.
he goes, nah, it's not a Punisher crime.
I mean, it just sounds like you guys' major nitpick with the film is the police procedures.
Well, not
Yeah.
just that,
No,
because
that's part of it.
the film seems to ferry actors around from set to set where they say one line and then next scene.
That's
There's no
That's
cohesive
movies.
semblance of a plot. This movie,
There is!
This movie refuses to care if you're watching or not.
there is a
It
plot.
does, yes.
This movie couldn't give two shits if you're paying attention.
Which is what a movie should do. What? A Punisher movie shouldn't give a shit about you.
Yeah, no visuals, all audio. Don't give a shit.
All Ave Maria all the time.
Cars Festival? Fuck that, who cares?
Oh, right.
Give me tits and guns.
Well, I mean,
right?
we are jumping all over the place with this movie. Should we
No different from how this film is edited.
just pick up? Well, let's try and go in order. Let's pick up after the funhouse scene, unless anybody has anything else.
I've got my next note is 5140, so I think we've
Actually,
got
I've got one in
the
the
torture scene before that. haven't we?
That's
in the-
I'm at the torture scene.
in the funhouse scene. I just went right. I guess this is that McBain film.
Yes, it is.
It's entirely that. It's stupid one-liners done by a deadpan face and then just shooting people.
Come on,
Yes.
stop talking crazy.
And if you are going to sit there and tell me that you wouldn't watch a McBain movie,
I have seen the full McBain film
We've all
that is
seen
out
it.
there.
right there, you go. Excellent stuff.
It didn't need to last as long as this did.
This movie is like 89 minutes.
I
It's
didn't
not
have
long at all.
McBain.
This
Backstory.
movie's 88 minutes too long. As far as I'm concerned.
Mate, you've got Punisher 04 and we'll fucking get to that.
Oh,
anyway,
we will.
the
We're not allowed to talk
Yakuza,
about 04 in this podcast.
Yakuzi's.
the Yakuza have shoddily built torture devices because why would you use a wing nut to secure your shackles?
I know. I think it's what I loved though. Was clearly they were stretching him and then they were letting it go.
Yep.
And then stretching him. It's
Yeah.
like that. Really, you should just keep it ratcheted up.
Like taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
The point of
I
a
like the
wing
bruising
nut.
though. They put the appropriate bruising on him though. So kudos to the marketing.
The marketing.
The makeup
Yes,
department.
The marketing made some good bruising with his wrist.
There are levers away from the table normally where
Yeah.
you ratchet up the rack.
It's like having handcuffs with a fucking safety release button.
That it was such a weird choice. Like to put it on.
It was, hey, we're wacky and zany. Let's have a rack. Let's have an Iron Maiden. Diddly-dee.
Why do the Yakuza women wear bin bags?
Oh, hold on. I want to get to my 51.
They look derelict.
You
Actually,
can
no.
derelict my boss.
The torturer, the main torturer, Dr. What's his face.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys saw him on the rack when they put him on the rack afterwards? Yeah.
Yes.
What was he wearing?
Clothes.
He was wearing clothes,
He was
And
wearing high
shiny
heels.
red stilettos.
Yes, he was wearing red high heels.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
was wearing
yeah,
red
he was
stilettos.
wearing red. Like,
Why?
yeah,
What?
Yeah.
What is the film trying to get at here?
But it was never addressed. It's just there in the shot. He's wearing red stilettos.
I mean, and it's not. He must have been wearing them because it's not as if like one of the women left them there and they put them on him as a joke.
I will have to. I'll find you a picture.
It's
'cause
got to be a deleted scene or something that
It's-
replace that.
I guess.
Well,
Mate, yeah.
I'm quite happy to go back and rewatch the movie, so I'm going to look out for that.
So like, he escapes, right, and he takes a bus. And my only note for that is at 5140, it's like 10 varieties of hot dogs. Get out of town.
I mean, I could eat.
You guys are noticing so much more than I did because I was just engrossed. You guys are noticing all the little background details. It's
All
wonderful.
the shit things, all the things that make the movie shit.
It's not shit things.
There was-
It's just little background details.
There was no engrossment for me in this film.
Yeah.
I was all in,
No, not a single Lloyd Grossman for me.
all in.
There was like
If you're going
as
to
I
tell
said,
me,
I don't think this film cares I'm watching.
if you're going to tell me that at 55 minutes when he's driving the bus and he's driving the bus towards the goons and one goon shoots out the window and jumps through the window of the moving bus, if you're going to tell me that that is not a great stunt,
You
Right,
guys,
so
you
is
guys
this
know
56,
about
20? My next note, 56 minutes and 20 seconds, right?
this, go on.
How did that guy get on the bus? Because there's a
I just told you how.
No, because you don't. That's a different guy.
No, it's not.
There's a guy who runs up the back. How did he?
Yeah,
get
that's
on
the
the
guy
bus?
that shot out the window and jumped in through the front window of the
Right.
bus as it's driving towards him.
When and how? Because I did not see that shot in the film.
Right, okay.
I went back and watched that scene like 3-4 times.
Oh yeah,
and I
what
could not
happened?
figure out
no,
how
what,
it got in.
what happened there is it went to black and they played Ave Maria.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
Maybe it was just me who was blacking out.
yeah,
It was not the
probably.
actual film.
the car full of goons swerves in front of the bus. They all get out, and one of them stands on the bonnet of the car, shooting at the bus window. And the Punisher plows into them, and the guy standing on the bonnet of the car just goes straight through the front window of the moving bus.
Right.
That is
Okay.
how easy he is on the bus,
Right.
and that is a fucking good stunt.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know is how he did that. How he got on the bus.
I'd say the bus itself is a better stuntman.
But then, did
I'm
he
worried.
dive all the way to the back of the bus to then run all the
He
way
must
to the
have done.
front of the bus?
Yeah, probably.
Or did
It was a fast-moving bus.
Or did he land sort of halfway through, run down the end, turn around and come back because he was on the wrong side of the bus?
I imagine he
High
sort of
five a couple of
roly-polied.
kids on the way down.
Yeah. Don't mind me, kids. We're gonna kill your friend.
Like, I fucking love this movie.
But that bus, the bus
I'm
itself,
worried you guys' movies aren't going to be as good.
Our guys' movies, the
Yeah.
one you made us watch.
Okay.
I'm not looking forward to Warzone. Yeah, so the bus itself, completely bulletproof. They shot rounds
Yeah.
and rounds of that bus.
Yeah, even the window.
Yeah, eventually the windows gave out, but not a single spark or what they called the thing beginning with B
Oh,
that
yeah,
makes the
the-
fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a single any one of them. Just loads of gunfire at a bus
Yep.
and
Yeah.
nothing
no
to
kid,
show for
No
it.
kid died. No, it's not riddled with holes.
Because
That's
the
what we
Punisher
wanted.
made them get on the floor.
And
No, but there were no
they
bullet
sitting in
holes.
the seats.
There were bullet holes in the roof
No.
of the bus.
No, there weren't.
Maybe in the room.
Yes, there fucking was.
There wasn't. They pinged off the roof. There
No,
was
they
bullet
didn't.
holes.
There were bullet holes in the roof of the bus.
There
And at
weren't
this
in the
point, my
side.
wife turned around
Fight
to me
me.
and said, "They should make all American school buses out of that bus."
They too fucking right.
Which I thought was a little dark and a little too true. But let's not go there right now.
America, you got a problem, mate.
Yeah, you won, mate.
You guys should stop
America's our
drinking.
mate.
So,
You got a problem with bald eagles, man. Eat them too many of them.
at an
So I
hour
need to
and...
find out-
Go on,
sorry.
go on.
Is this when he's talking to the man who set up the death of his family?
No, I'm at an hour and 2 minutes where he's driving through the sewers on his Harley. And he's seeing his dead girls'
That could have been
faces.
any scene. That could have been any
No,
moment.
he wasn't driving through. That was him having a nightmare of
No,
him driving through and having a flashback.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, he was having a nightmare and flashing back in his nightmare.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, either way, Dolph's face again is fucking great. I have screenshot his face. I'll put his face on Twitter because it's going to convince everyone to
I
go
think
and watch
everyone
this
knows who he
movie.
is.
And at that point, I just got excited. I got a little excited for Punisher 04. I'd seen it before, but not in a good long while. And I got excited because I remembered it. It's got John Travolta in it, and I thought, who's going to have the best face? We're going to have a face-off.
But John Travolta's at his best when wearing.
what I did there?
John Travolta's at his best when wearing Nick Cage's face. I had a slightly better one, I think.
Face off.
R/Whoosh.
I will point something out about that.
Go on.
Well, I was going to save it for later, but yeah, fuck it, I'll save it for later.
Okay, right. Thrilling.
That was it. I remembered now. The Punisher from 04, what's his name?
Ray
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane, John Travolta, they both were in Face Off together. Thomas
Okay,
Jane had a
yes,
much
yes.
smaller part, but he's also in
Did he
Face
play
Off.
the face?
He played the off.
Shall we get there in the next podcast?
We will get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not meant
To
to
be-
talk about it in this podcast.
We haven't
Dan.
watched it yet.
To be continued
Yes.
Anyway,
on another menu.
when Dolph Lundgren is driving down the sewers in his dreams, flashing back in his dreams to his girls, pulling his face, it hit me. It hit me. That it looks like Dolph Lundgren should be the current frontman of Queen because he looks exactly like Adam Lambert in this movie.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
No,
he
he
fucking
doesn't.
does.
Fucking
Yes, he
doesn't.
No, he
does.
doesn't.
I'm going to pull up a side by side and I will prove to you that Dolph Lundgren
All right,
looks.
do it on the
exactly-
Twitter.
I will.
Regardless of whether he does or not.
I will.
Let's let people
I
decide.
will. I will. Right, on-
Another poll, another needless poll.
Listeners on Twitter, look out for a picture of Dolph Lundgren's amazing faces in this movie and a side-by-side comparison of Dolph Lundgren and Adam Lambert because they look exactly the
From the
same.
Queen movie.
1 hour and 10. The Punisher walks into a room full of samurai.
Guns of War.
Unceremoniously guns them all
Could have
down.
just been training. It could have been
Before
kids.
that, he's
I don't care. I love it.
It's like my mum just drops me off here on the weekends. I'm an innocent person.
Just guns down a room full of samurai.
So before he gets to that, his arch nemesis is like, "Oh yeah, help me get my son back." And it's like, "I'll help you, but I will kill you after this."
Yep.
He's very calm for talking to the man who murdered his family.
Yes.
It's almost like Dolph can't act.
It's almost as if he has no emotion.
Dolph can act. I've seen Dolph act. Dolph's actually
Have
not.
you? Because I'd like to see.
Dolph's actually not a bad actor.
He's a good actor. He's not a good main.
Is he? I'm waiting for the film where he's a good actor because
Expendables.
I'm not watching
Ugh,
Expendables.
no,
He's good at
gross.
Expendables.
The Time Cop when he came back.
Time Cop.
No.
You're
not-
gonna bring up Time Cop.
I'm not going to
me.
bring up Time Cop number 1. I'm going to bring up like the 4th sequel where both him and Jean-Claude Van Damme
What
came
the
back.
fuck?
Mate, it's a great film. You motherfucker watched Father Christmas versus the Martians.
No, that's
You motherfucker watched Father Christmas.
no. It's Santa Claus.
Santa Claus,
and
right.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You will
Erased
give a
it
fuck
from
come
my
Christmas.
We're not doing it.
You'll give a fuck come Christmas, my friend.
Not doing
It's
it,
not
mate.
your turn. It's not your turn for Christmas.
No, I've got something planned for Christmas.
I'm going to have Mexican Christmas this year.
I have something planned for Christmas.
I
have
love how unceremonious all the deaths are in this movie. The head of the Yakuza just like, boom, she got a knife to the head and now she's dead.
They very laugh right through the glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, that
her
woman-
Smashed
henchwoman,
through the glass.
her
That's very
henchwoman, the
nice.
lady who took off her mask and gasped, she's a woman, just snap her neck and flump to
Yes,
the floor.
That's a good neck snap. But that woman, the head of the Yakuza, I don't know if you guys knew this, but she's Japanese.
She is
Is she?
Japanese.
Did you get that from all the no theatre makeup she was wearing and the outfits and surrounding herself in ninja and samurai? Did you get the idea that she's Japanese?
I think it was quite subtle because I wasn't 100% sure she
Yeah.
was Japanese.
No, it's just because I read the IMDb and it
Oh,
confirmed it.
right.
The actress was actually Korean.
Was she really?
No, I don't know. I'm just calling you out being racists. Not spotting the difference. Anyway,
Did
I
you
can't
do
remember
your
what I was
research?
saying.
No.
no, I didn't. No.
Exactly. Just shut up. You
Oh,
don't know.
during the
You could be
chase-
right.
During the chase with the bus, one of the bad guys drives full pelt into a van,
Yep.
a pest control van full of explosives.
That
Yes.
thing blows up 4 separate times in one crash.
Yes, it does.
Astounding. It's amazing anyone survived the 80s if cars were built like bombs.
I told you, war against missing.
Such a good film.
It's not a good film.
Such a great movie.
No, it really is.
Oh, also both Dolph and Head Mafia Man, they have no respect for Japanese architecture. They just like walk
Tearing
through walls.
doors, yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm not
also
opening this door. Fuck that.
when the lights go off, they disappear. Turns out they were both on the other side of separate opposite walls.
Yep.
They then shoot through them without being able to see where they're shooting.
At each other.
Right opposite each other. And they're like, bullets don't go through the other wall because that would be inconvenient.
Dolph stabs a man through a wall.
Yes. just charges through.
Like, just
God. No.
again, completely
Oh, and-
nonchalantly,
yeah.
just like, you did. I didn't know you was there. I just stabbed a wall
And
randomly.
that
Fuck
was
me,
the
this
kill
person.
shot. That was the kill shot for the Yakuza chief, is throwing himself through a wall and throwing a knife afterwards, not having any time to aim or knowing what's going on.
Because he's the
There
motherfucking
could
Punisher.
have been a child there. And he just knifed the child.
Dolph Lundgren is the Punisher.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
He really.
No, here's the thing. I think the best... So if we're going on the Punisher has no emotion and is essentially a block of wood, but still somehow is allowed to act, the perfect Punisher is Clive Owen.
Clive Owen would make a good
He
Punisher.
would make a very good Punisher.
He would. I will give you that. Where are you guys at? Because I'm right at the end of the
I'm
film.
the end.
Oh, I'm done.
Right. Well, I mean, my final note is that the movie is a sequel baiting son of a bitch. Frank threatens a child.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor kid. Oh.
Batman's off a roof,
I
strips naked, and gives a Terminator-esque "I'll be back."
do have some other notes. When the thespian knocks the remote off into the fucking sewer,
Yeah.
and he reaches for it with his Punisher knife.
Oh.
And I kept thinking, is he trying to pick it up? It's like, no, just press the button.
Yep.
And then his next solution, after pressing the first button with the knife, is to take the revolver and fucking shoot the thing
And
to
it
set up the
works.
second one. And it works.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Movie magic.
Like, he didn't decide to move 2 inches down to press the other button with the knife. Nah, I'm gonna shoot this one.
Yep.
I'll be cool.
He is cool.
And then red lights.
Everything in this movie is cool.
And then red lights come on, and it makes the movie even harder to look at, even
love this
harder to
movie.
watch.
Guys, what's your final thoughts on the Punisher '89?
I said, "Fuck this ending," because the ending was bollocks.
When Batman's off a roof and then he's naked. You see Dolph Lundgren's bum.
Oh, yeah.
don't
And
wanna-
you see something dangling.
Oh yeah.
You
I
do.
don't want to see that. Thank you.
Homophobe.
I don't know. I'm fine with seeing your penises. I just don't want to see his penis.
No. He's a thespian.
Lesbian. Yeah.
See
So
what you
like,
want. It's the '90s.
this movie left me flaccid. Very flaccid. Not enjoyed.
This movie left
Gave me
me
nothing.
rock fucking hard, ready for a sequel. Ashley,
You know
how do
what I
you feel
think?
about it? Go on.
I think we've got a sponsor.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
we don't.
Because these special Punisher episodes are sponsored by Ginger Eggs. Enjoy delicious chocolate only for Jinder Mahal to come and fuck it up for you. This is for you.
Thank you very much.
I thought you were genuinely
This is
handing
for
them
you.
away.
He's given us a Kinder Egg, listeners.
A what? A
Ba-
Ginger Egg from our sponsor.
Are these still banned in America?
Sorry, I'm still.
Oh, they do different versions where it doesn't have the actual egg. It's got one side is
thing.
full of chocolate.
Yeah, Kinder Joy. I think we've got them. at the
That's
beginning.
right, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm still reeling from the Jinder Mahal joke. They're really funny. I'm gonna lie. So we're just gonna eat a Kinder Egg now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can join us after the break, I guess.
So, should we explain what a Kinder Egg is to people who don't know?
No, fuck them. Join us after the break.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to this promo for the Meddling Kids podcast. And to hear what everybody else thought of the movie and our sequel pitches, come back.
Quiz time! Who's got 4 legs, an opposable tail, and fans all over the world? It's Scooby Doo, our favorite whipper. Join me and my guests on the Meddling Kids podcast for an irreverent review of Scooby Doo. It's family friendly, although there is occasional talk about hot villains. Join me, Julie Kin, every Monday on the Meddling Kids podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. That was the Meddling Kids podcast. And now let's move on, I guess. We've got another sponsor, guys. We had Ginger Egg before the break, and now we've got, for our very special 1-year anniversary podcast, we are sponsored by The Economist. We live in the forest and under the ground, using our special magic vapors to help plants grow strong and healthy. The Economist. So you're welcome, world. Guys,
Tell me more about this sponsor. I didn't know about them.
Economist.
yeah.
Economist.
There we
Right.
go.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Right. Should we move on to what everybody else, general Joe Public, thought of this movie?
Go for it.
Yeah, give me that.
Would you like to hear some reviews?
Box as well.
Okay, let me give you a little information first. I mean, the
Yeah.
movie cost an estimated $9 million to make.
Fucking. Wait, and what's that adjusted to inflation?
Who the fuck knows? But it had a worldwide box office return of $533,000. It was a huge flop. It didn't get a theatrical release in the US, and I'll go into.
Is that the worst one we've had on the podcast so far?
Very possible that it might be the lowest
Yeah.
grossing movie we've had so far.
Where was it released?
89.
Where?
Oh, where? Everywhere except the Americas.
No.
Yes.
They wouldn't have it in their country.
I'll go into it later. Suffice to say, it didn't do well with the critics. But let's. This is what Joe Public thought.
Yeah.
It's rated 5.7 on IMDb.
Wow.
Got a critic score of 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. There are heaps and heaps of one-star reviews for this on Amazon. Not because it's a bad film, but because the movie is on Amazon Video and it's dubbed in German with no other language options.
Sweet.
What? Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
that? Amazon?
Here's some reviews though. Klatka13 says they would rather listen to Gilbert Gottfried narrate the Bible than sit through this again.
Who
One
wouldn't?
star. I know, right? I think that sounds
I mean,
great.
to be fair, yeah, I would absolutely.
I think that
listen to
sounds great. And
You
they
can narrate anything.
Well, you take about 5 minutes to go, okay, I've had enough.
they continue.
In shifts.
Yeah.
They continue. Go on to say, Dolph Lundgren's acting ability rivals that of Coco the gorilla. At least Coco had a kitten.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Dolph had Tommy.
I don't know what they mean. But at least he had a kitten.
Coco was a she. You should know this.
Sorry.
Very sexy gorilla.
One person. I mean, this is a fairly long review, so stick with it. But they are mostly concerned with the fact that Punisher didn't wear the skull.
Well, he technically did.
The DVD arrived on time in perfect condition. The movie is what I remember it. It's a good movie. It's a shame they could not use the skull emblem on his clothes, even though the front cover has it on his jacket. Is not in the movie. The makeup on his face with the stubble on his chin and the dark rings around his eyes sort of resembles a skull. Also, skulls on his knives. Also, there are no bad guys from the comic book, but I think the story is pretty good. It's a shame Dolph didn't get a sequel with more money put into it. I think it could have been better received. If you are a fan of The Punisher and can get over the fact that there are no bad guys from the comic book and he doesn't wear the skull on his chest, then this is the movie for you. The backstory is there. 5 stars.
Backstory is there.
The backstory is there.
So they didn't like it, but they gave it 5 stars.
That's right.
Well then.
That is correct. I've got a couple more for you. Maxwell is a little warmer than Klatka 13. Gives it 2.5 stars out of 5. And his entire review is, Old Dolph did well in this film of the end.
Good old what's his name?
And
Not that one.
the final review I found was from September 2013. Gives it 5 stars. Says, this Punisher is the original and the best. He is the original Punisher.
But you didn't know. Lesser known Punisher villain than the Oregonal.
Oh, I realised we missed my favourite quote from the Punisher.
Oh, go on.
Is
it-
Was it
I
cool
am
out?
the original Punisher.
Was it cool out, guys?
No, he's asked a question to which like how many deaths will be enough to revenge your family, whatever. Mm-hmm. He goes, "Is this true, false, or multiple choice?" It doesn't apply to that question.
Doesn't. At least Coco had a kitten. Guys, what?
What?
Ah, right. Would you like to know about the proposed sequel for the
You
movie?
can go on.
I would.
Let me give you a bit of backstory.
Did you know it had a sequel in 2004?
Yes.
Okay.
Shut up.
Not talking about it yet.
Let me give you a bit of backstory, right? Let me fill in some of the blanks. So the movie was panned by critics.
Yeah, no shit.
The critic for Variety said it was as two-dimensional as a comic book, which I think is praise because it is a comic book.
I mean, kind of.
In 1989, the production company behind this movie had a lot of debts, and so they were bought out by the Andrews Group. There was a planned sequel announced at the Milan Film Market in 1990. It was announced in spite of the fact that the new owners of New World Pictures, the Andrews Group, had no interest in making movies because they were more interested in Gillette razor blades and such.
What?
So why did they buy it?
I don't know, but they did.
To flip it and sell it on with a
Punisher
spanky new
razor
paint?
blade.
Pretty much.
With a
They-
skull on the back.
Pretty much, because like a year later, they sold New World to Transatlantic Productions, not the Hitchcock one. The Transatlantic are a company whose only movie credit I could find was Return to Horror High.
Fantastic.
That's the only credit I can find for them, even though that I found 2 different logos for their production company on YouTube. Return to Horror High is the only film I could find that they've made. Stars George Clooney. We'd probably check it out at some point.
God, I've never heard of that film.
No. So, anyway, they still announced the movie that Punisher 2 is happening, in spite of all that, in spite of being flipped and tossed around like a cheap whore. And in spite of the movie not getting a theatrical release in the US because of all the above. Nevertheless, French magazine Cineworld, number 19 in January 89, asked Dolph if he would ever do a sequel, and his response was, "Oh yes, I would."
Iron Giant.
Comic Scene number 9, the summer 89 issue. They asked Dolph about a sequel again. He was like, "I would do a sequel to a Punisher film. I like Mr. P. He's a cool cat.
Anybody want a peanut?
My name
Cheese
is
pizza.
Lemony Snicket."
Cheese pizza, you got it.
Impact Magazine, December 1990, has an interview with Dolph, and he lists the sequels that he has coming up, the scripts that are on his desk, the sequels that he's definitely doing, and he lists Masters of the Universe 2, Red Scorpion 2, and The Punisher 2.
God.
Only one of those sequels ever materialized. It was Red Scorpion, and Dolph didn't star in it.
So what you're saying is Dolph's a liar.
Admittedly, that's not a lot of info on the sequel, but it has never officially been cancelled. Dolph was up for it in 1989, so I say we keep them peeled and look out for Punisher 2.
Electric
I
Boogaloo.
mean, I'd be kind of happy to see Old Man Dolph as Old
Right.
Man Punisher.
Right.
Like, imagine if you did like a Captain America Nomad.
Pitch perfect Punisher.
Yeah.
no.
Anyway, that is why this movie was a full start. Shall we pitch our sequels? Shall we pitch our sequels?
Shall we pitch the sequels?
I am a robot man now. Ashley, would you like to pitch your sequel to the 1989 Punisher film?
Okay, so
At least Coco had a kitten.
At least Coco did have a kitten.
Pitch your sequel to the original Punisher film.
See if I've got all my notes already. Yes, I do.
Dan, pitch yours.
You want me to go first, yeah?
Yeah,
Sure.
Ashley's fucking around.
I'm ready.
Too late now.
Okay.
All right, well, it's not much of a sequel. Not much of a premise.
Okay.
Because I did this about 20 minutes before leaving the house.
Actually, you know what? Before we start, I just want to remind everyone, we're pitching sequels to this movie, guys. We're not pitching our dream Punisher sequel here.
No. Well, that already exists. It's in the Netflix.
And
Punisher
listeners,
series.
you can vote for your favourite on Twitter at Full Starts Pod when they all go up. Dan,
But every sequel I pitch is my dream sequel.
take it away, Dan.
See, I was told we weren't going to do a poll on Twitter, but oh well.
No, we are. We're just not revealing who won because of
So-
scheduling reasons.
So, we'll start off about...
Formatting, guys.
About 6 months after this movie started, things have quietened down a little bit, and the Russian mob has decided to move in because the territory is pretty clean, pretty open. They move in, they take over,
Move into the sewer, make a nice place for himself.
and they start running the crime in the city, and start running riot, and they're causing havoc because there's still some leftovers from the Italian mobs and Yakuzas, and they start creating big shows of power, but taking people out, and it's causing havoc. in the city. So the Punisher decides, well, I got to take down the Russian mob now. But
Well,
time to kill. But he realizes like he can't do it alone. You know, he's learned from the last movie to trust people. It's a key component that he needs, and he knows he can't beat these guys on his own. He knows he couldn't put them out of commission for good. So he calls up his cop partner, Lieutenant Berkowitz,
yep.
who I couldn't tell.
Louis
if it was,
Gossett Jr., yep.
I don't know if it was Berkowitz or Kirkowitz or whatever.
It's Lieutenant Louis Gossett Jr.
Thank you. Of course, I said to him, "Look, help me. Be your Punisher with me." And he refuses. He says, "No, I'm a cop. I will do this by the book." And he won't kill him, but he will help. He will bring the entire police force down to help him. He will say, "I will help you as best I can with the law." But it's like, that's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so fighting ensues. And eventually, Dolph Lundgren, our Punisher, because he's still the Punisher for this one, he gets fatally injured. And all at the hands of our Lieutenant Berkowitz incompetence. He fucks up and he gets in the way and the Punisher gets fatally wounded.
He's dead.
So he's dying.
No, he's dead because he's been fatally wounded.
Yes. And as he passes on, Lieutenant Berkowitz sees his friend who's died, hands of these criminals like, I can't let that stand. He was a good man, and everything was taken away from him. Now it's taken from him too. So he takes up the mantle of the Punisher and finishes his job.
I am the Dread Pirate Roberts.
And it ends with him finishing off the Russian mob bosses and becoming a new Punisher.
Okay, what's your title? Do you have a title?
Yeah, it's called The Punisher 2, Punish This.
Okay, love it.
Okay.
Ashley.
Right, let's see if I
No,
got
you
all my
fucked
notes.
up. You. I'm going next because you dicked me around. So,
That's how you like it.
my sequel pitch. We pick up pretty much directly after the end of the first movie with the funeral of the mob boss, Gianni Franco. And all everybody's there at the funeral. All the heads of the crime bosses in the family. But then, front and center, you've got the big head boss. The lady boss. Franco's mother, who I would like to be Ma Nucci, but she doesn't debut until the 2000s, so let's call her Mama Gookie.
Okie dokie.
Mama Gookie is played by Dame Maggie Smith. And the movie is basically one big retaliation against the Punisher for his actions in the first movie.
That's a comic.
She has crooked cops kill Louis Gossett Jr. and then go after Frank. And in response to this, the Punisher tracks her down to her mansion, silently takes out everyone there, and sets fire to her in her sleep. But twist! She survives. She's also horribly burned and out for revenge, so she hires...
Burnt face man?
No. She hires Bullseye, played by Woody Harrelson.
Balls.
Yeah, but it's Woody Harrelson.
What year are you set this? 91?
93. No, well, it's set in 89, but we were going to film it in 92, release it in 93. Woody Harrelson. Anyway, Bullseye. So we get a couple of big Bullseye versus Punisher set pieces, and he fucks Frank right up, but runs away in shame when Frank makes him miss. So a broken and bloody Punisher makes his way back to Mama Gookie's, which is now beefed up security-wise after what happened before, and Punisher's got a death wish, and so because it's a sequel to this movie, he drives his bike through the gates, shooting as he goes, and he drives that bike right up the stairs to Mama Gookie's room, where she lay recovering in bed, and he pushes her on the floor, and with his bike spinning the rear wheel going on her face. Rear wheel on her face until the skin, the muscle, the eyes, the skull, everything is gone off of Dame Maggie Smith's face.
Maggie Smith.
Burn out.
Before she was a Dame.
Yeah. But Dame
But she
now,
was still a Maggie Smith.
she was still a Maggie Smith, and she's having her face torn off by a Harley. Punisher, having punished, walks out of the main gate and is surrounded by police. Drops to his knees, hands behind his head, surrenders. And as he's surrendering, the camera pulls back past the police, all pointing their guns, past the flashy lights, and reveals Bullseye watching from a nearby roof playing with a knife. Credits.
You do like setting up yet more pointless sequels. don't
Yes,
you?
I do.
So what's your title?
Come on.
You'll forget.
Come
Y'all
on.
forget your titles.
I got a title.
I got mine.
I got a title.
You can use your claws.
No, I will not. I got a title. Listen to my title. Here it comes. This is the
Dicking me
title.
around, Lewis.
The title is The Guilty Will Be Punished.
Don't
That-
laugh. Don't laugh now. Silence, please.
That
Doesn't really play well for an audio.
No,
medium.
but okay, thank you.
The Guilty Will Be Punished.
Okay.
This is my go.
Nope.
Okay. I've got my notes here somewhere.
Go on, Ashley.
Okay, so I'm pitching this film to come out in 2014.
Okay.
Still with Dolph. So at this point, he's 60 today,
Dolph.
so 56 years old in 2014.
He's 60 today.
He's 60. Happy birthday, Dolph.
Happy birthday, Dolph Lundgren.
If you want to release this in November, sure. I've done my research.
Okay, carry on.
Right, so 56-year-old Frank Castle is sitting in a puddle of someone else's piss in his sewer.
Stroke opener.
Busy polishing
Wait.
his bike.
Wait. How do we, the audience, know it's somebody else's piss?
No. Let him give his pitch.
Okay.
We won't interrupt.
I'll ask questions afterwards.
Yes.
Can you imagine him pissing and sitting down in it? You want to sit on someone else's piss.
Sure. What?
Right, so he's polishing his bike and he hears a noise. He looks up and it's Samuel L. Jackson. Keep in mind, this
Right.
is 2014,
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Okay. We're going here.
Punisher, I want to tell you about the Avengers Initiative.
Great.
And we're all like, oh shit, Punish Vengers.
I like the fact that Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, addresses him as Punisher.
That's how he calls himself.
He's Frank Castle. Everyone calls him Frank Castle.
So I'm
but
calling him Punisher. I'm going to name him Mumbles.
carry
yourself
on.
up.
Carry on. Punisher, join the Avengers Initiative.
And Dolph's like, yeah, tell me about it.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Right. Okay. Continue.
So, you keep punishing people, the Avengers are going to punish you. Dolph looks him straight in the eye and says in his deadpan, humorous catchphrase, is this true, false, or multiple choice? Nick Fury looks super confused. What? Man, fuck you.
Wait, stop trying to do Samuel L. Jackson's voice. We're going to get in trouble.
Then he walks off. A few days later, Castle receives a tip-off at the whereabouts of a former Nazi paedophile rapist.
Yep.
Go
Yeah.
on.
He's been punishing for almost 30 years, so this is normal for him. He tracks the signal down to an old abandoned bunker where there's a huge old-fashioned computer which boots up as soon as he enters, and on the monitor is a man's face. Hello, Mr. Castle. My name is Arnim Zola, and I am a member of Hydra. I understand that you have been threatened by the Avengers and Nick Fury. I want to help you.
I want to suck your blood.
Good and loving it. Blah.
Zola reveals that he and his minions are in a position to take down the Avengers, and all Frank needs to do is sit in a computer chair and give the order. Dolph nods and says, is this true, false, or multiple choice? Then he goes and sits in the chair. As soon as he sits down, he's clamped to the chair and his arm gets ripped off and replaced by a metal arm. Frankie Boy Lundgren gets mad, rips out of the chair and beats the computer to pieces with his new arm. Then Captain America turns up and he says that he's tracked a Hydra signal here. He kills Frank, the end.
What? Did you run out of time?
No. I knew what I wanted to end and I got there.
Okay.
I wanted Captain America to beat the fuck out of Punisher, the Winter Soldier. 2014 release.
Okay. So, does anybody have any questions about anybody else's pitch?
No, but your
I
pitch.
do.
Ashley, why is yours so good?
Ashley,
Yes?
the piss.
Yes. It's a sewer. It's full of other people's piss.
Fine. I can see my point.
Actually, you're one about a mob boss's wife coming back to get Frank Castle,
Mob boss's mother.
mob boss's mother. There,
That's why
there
she's
is
dating
a,
Maggie Smith, because she's old.
She old, but she lovely. There's a comic where all the mob bosses' wives of the mob bosses he's killed band together to go after Frank.
I know.
You took it from that, didn't you?
No. I took
Guys.
inspiration from part of that.
Did you know there was a film
we took it
called
from that.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier? Some inspiration there.
Right. If nobody has any other questions, any other business, we'll conclude this podcast.
Yep.
Listeners, once again, you can vote for your favourite sequel pitch on Twitter at Full Starts Pod. That's where you'll find us as well, surprisingly enough. You can listen to all our previous episodes on wherever you find your podcasts. Do we want to plug our individual Twitters?
Yeah, go on.
I don't care.
Well, I know you don't because people don't talk to you and you get a bit sad. So don't follow Lewis. It just gives him hope. And we know from Star Wars that hope doesn't achieve nothing.
Hope is the spark that'll ignite the First Order.
I've come to talk with
Hey,
you
you.
again. Anyway, this has been the first of very special 1 year celebration podcast, Punishers specials,
Who's next?
Pudzania, and up next we have
With me, with Punisher 04, John Travolta and what's his name, Jane?
Thomas Jane.
That's it.
It's that good a film that you don't even know who your fucking Punisher is. Join us
Sort
next
of.
time.
Wait, Lewis. Dolph Lundgren and who?
Sorry?
Dolph Lundgren and who?
Louis Gossett Jr.
And other?
Who?
Who's the
Exactly.
bad guy?
Wait, who are we talking about? Who is the other?
See you guys later, everybody. Bye.
Bye!
Yay.
Bye!
Yay.
Bye!
Yay.
Bye!
Yay.
Bye!
Yay.
Bye!
Yay.
Bye!
Yay.